الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى مقاصدنا Sorry for the technical problem. You hear me right now? I will check the technical part first. All right, thank you. Sorry for the technical problem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the Kulliyyah briefing of Kulliyyah of Education for semester 2 2020-2021 intake, and welcome to the Garden of Knowledge and Virtue. I am Afidini Ame as your MC for this session. As we are about to begin, I have a few important announcements to be made before we begin the session. Firstly, please ensure that your internet connection is stable for a smooth running of the session of the briefing. Secondly, kindly fill in the attendance form that will be provided by the committee in the chat box. And last but not least, if you have any questions to our speakers throughout this briefing session, feel free to fill in the comment section provided in this YouTube Live. Thank you for your kind cooperation and attention. Now, let us together recite the Asmaul Husna, followed by the singing of the national anthem Negaraku and IIM song leading the way.
نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيم الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعين المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير اللهم صل أفضل الصلاة على أسعد المخلوقات كسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم عدد معلوماتك ومداد كلماتك كلما ذكر وغفل عن ذكره الغافلون.
Let's lead the way, lighten the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason shall excel, shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we, the Khalifa, we will fulfill the Amanah. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of Ramadan al-Alamin. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of mercy to all the world, for all mankind.
Let's begin this session with the recitation of the Kitab Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we are indeed honored to have the Honorable Professor Dr. Ainul Mazia Zubairi, Dean, Kulliyyah of Education, Associate Professor Dr. Sahila Hussein, Deputy Dean, Academic and Industrial Linkage, Associate Professor Dr. Faiza Idrus, Deputy Dean of Study Development and Community Engagement, and Sister Nur Arifah Rashid, President of Bachelor of Education Student Association, BETSA 2020-2021, with us today in the welcoming session and the Kulliyyah briefing of the Kulliyyah of Education for semester 2, 2020, 2021, as their presence really means a lot to us. Thank you to all our VIPs for your time and support in attending this program. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, for your information, the aim of this Kulliyyah briefing is to give the opportunity to quiet authorities to give some briefing on academic affairs and student affairs that will be useful and beneficial for all of the Kulliyyah of education students, especially the new intake students. Without further ado, now it gives me a great pleasure to respectfully invite the Honorable Professor Dr. Aiman Nazir Abdul Zubairi, Dean, Kulliyyah of Education, to deliver her speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salam. Okay, thank you, Brother Afiq, the chairperson. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. My respected Deputy Deans, Associate Professor Dr. Suhaila Hussain, Deputy Dean of Academic and Industrial Linkages, Associate Professor Dr. Faiza Idros, Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement. I'm not sure whether Dr. Burhan is here, but if he is here, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Burhan Ibrahim, Deputy Dean of Postgraduate, all heads of departments, Department of Education, Psychology and Counseling, Dr. Siti Kulliyyah, Dr. Ridwan, Department of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Sabri, Department of Language and Literacy, Dr. Mira Suad, the Department of Social Foundation and Education, coordinators of programs, members of BETSA, and all new students. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so first of all, I suppose I would like to apologize that this ta'aruf happens at the beginning of the semester already. We are already in day 2 of semester 2. This is inevitable because the same time that we scheduled your ta'aruf last week was that all of us had some other engagements. Right? But nonetheless, this is the first week, so it is appropriate to have this ta'aruf, and hopefully we will also have CPP programs as an induction, because ta'aruf means to get to know. Yeah. So in every entry to a university, every student is expected to get to know not just their friends, but also to get to know the faculty or the institution that you come into. Okay? So the ta'aruf is meant for ta'aruf of both the other students in the Kulliyyah, ta'aruf of who's who, yeah, as far as lecturers and advisors are concerned. And if it is a normal situation, it is also to ta'aruf for what is where. Yeah? But unfortunately, because we are all everywhere around the world and in this country because of the pandemic, so we have to do this in the virtual world. So inshallah, when the time is good, we're going to have more programs that will introduce you to what is where as far as the Kulliyyah building and space is concerned. Okay? But not forgetting, it is also important for you to know the process and procedures, okay, of the Kulliyyah and of the university as far as academic and non-academic matters are concerned. So that's why we are here. So we'll try to fit you in into getting to know the necessary in order for you to function as a student at the Kulliyyah of Education. And I suppose the first thing that you should know is that about who is who. Okay? So who's who at the Kulliyyah of Education? So I am the Dean of the Kulliyyah of Education. There are 3 deputy deans. Okay? And the 2 deputy deans that you have to work very closely with are the Deputy Dean of Academic and Industrial Linkages. So that is Associate Professor Dr. Suhaila. So she later will talk to you or will give you the briefing on what you need to know in terms of the processes of teaching and learning and academic is concerned. So the other important person for you to work very closely with and know her well is Associate Professor Dr. Faiza Idros, who's the Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement. So this is where your extracurricular activities are concerned. So you'll be working closely with her and with the societies that you enroll yourself in. Okay, so it's very important to understand the reason why the office or the post is named Student Development and Community Engagement. So whatever curricular, extracurricular activities that you engage in or you plan for, okay, that you have to get advice from Associate Professor Dr. Faiza is regarding the development of yourself, okay, or getting involved in activities involving community engagement only. Okay. So in other words, we expect as the Kulliyyah of Education, we expect that when you plan for activities and extracurricular activities with your, your fellow colleagues at the class level or at the society level, so we expect that all these, the objectives of your activities, it's not just to have fun, because we will fund your activities, FUND your activities, but also those activities that will develop you as a person, whether it's about interaction or it's about uh, getting to know each other or it's about uh, entrepreneur skill. Okay? And we expect also for you to have activities that engage you with the community. So when we talk about community, it's not necessarily just the co-ed students' involvement. We also expect you to do activities that engage you with people outside Kulliyyah of Education. Okay? So it could be the other Kulliyahs or even the community outside IIUM in the neighboring society. Okay? So all this is to help to develop yourself, okay? As you have learned and you have been exposed to the Sejahtera academic framework. Okay. So the 4 years experience that we hope you will be exposed to at this university is not just to develop you to get your CGPA in order to get a job, but also to develop you to become a good person, a functional person that will contribute to the society in a positive way. So you learn to know from the courses, you learn to become a person that we expect you to become when you are going to lead us in the future. You learn to do good things, do changes to the society, transform in a positive way the society, and more importantly or equally important is learning to live together. Okay? So all these in a package is what we expect you're going to do and you're going to experience in the 4 years that you're going to be with the Kulliyyah of Education. All right, so that's our aspiration. So I'm not sure whether I will see many of you in my classes, but I suppose some of you who are in TESOL, yeah, you should know who is who in the TESOL and TASL program. So there is the head of department, there is a coordinator of the program. So it's good to know, everybody must know who's your head of department, where is your department, okay, and who's the coordinator of your program. The same with guidance and counseling and Islamic education. Okay? Because these are the people who will advise you on your academic as well as non-academic matters, right? So with that, I think I will end here. I would like to thank Betsa and all the students who have been working hard under the supervision of Dr. Faiza to organize today. I wish that things are going to get better soon, so all of you will be able to come to the Kulliyyah of Education physically, and we will get to do all the normal activities like we had the year before. All right, so with that, welcome to the family of Kulliyyah of Education. Um, if you have any issues, please make sure that you have in close contact with at least one of the lecturers or advisors at your department. Okay, so with that, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Honorable Professor Dr. Ainul Maziah binti Zubairi, our Dean of Kulliyyah of Education, for the delightful speech and also to give some brief um, view about the Kulliyyah of Education itself. Right. So before we proceed with the next, our next notable guest, I would like to remind all of you, if once again, if you have any questions to be asked to our honorable guest for today, either for our honorable dean or deputy deans, feel free to fill in the comment section provided in this YouTube live. Okay. So moving on to the next agenda, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Suhaila Hussein, the Deputy Dean of Academic and Industrial Linkages, Kulliyyah of Education, to give her speech. Please welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you. Brother Afiq, are you going to share the slides?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right. Assalamualaikum again, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to deliver the briefing on behalf of the all departments. Right. I am Dr. Suhaila Hussein. I'm the Deputy Dean for Academic and Industrial Linkages for Kulliyyah of Education. First, I would like to welcome all the new intake students to Kulliyyah of Education. Congratulations for making it to our kuliah, because you have to actually go through two screening procedures, right? The METC test and also the interview. So it is not easy to actually get admission to Kulliyyah of Education. Okay, next slide please, brother. I think since we are not able to meet face to face, so I think it is most appropriate if I introduce to you the management of the kuliah. We've got the Dean just now, Prof. Dr. Ainul Maziah Zubairi, myself, who's in charge of the academic industrial linkages. My office will be in charge of all undergraduate programs, academic matters. Okay, we've also got Associate Prof. Dr. Muhammad Burhan Ibrahim. He is the Deputy Dean for Postgraduate Research, and of course, Associate Prof. Dr. Faiza Idrus, the Deputy Dean for Student Development and Community Engagement. I believe Dr. Faiza will also be the person that you will need to know well in all matters, because she'll be actually taking care of you. Okay, next slide, please. And also, it is most appropriate that you know who are your heads of department. Dr. Siti Kulliyyah Kasim is the head of department for educational psychology and counselling. So for counselling students, this is your head of department. Okay, for Dr. Mira Suad is the head department of social foundation and education leadership. This department does not have any bachelor program, but this department is in charge of the minor in moral education. So for counselling students, you will be minoring in moral education. So Dr. Mira will be in charge of those minor courses. And of course, we've got Dr. Muhammad Ridwan Abdullah, who is the head department of curriculum and instruction. Under the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, we've got the Islamic Education Program. So this the head of department, who is Dr. Ridwan, will be in charge of the Islamic Education Program. And finally, we've got the Associate Prof. Dr. Muhammad Sabri Sahrir. He is the head department of language and literacy. He is in charge of two programs that are the teaching of Arabic and teaching of English as a second language. So for TESOL and TASL students, please get to know your head of department. Okay, next slide, please. The next important person that you need to know are your academic coordinators or academic advisors. At COED, we call them academic coordinators, right? The academic coordinators will be in charge of the different program, so you can discuss with them regarding your study plan, the courses that you need to take, any problems with registration, right? Courses that are not available or difficult for you to register because of clash of classes. This would be the person that you need to talk to. At the moment, the academic coordinator of counselling is still vacant. The head will soon announce who will be replacing Dr. Siraj. We've got Dr. Halim Ismail. He is the academic coordinator for Islamic education. So he is the right person to discuss with regard to your study plan. We've also got Dr. Azani Saad, who is the academic coordinator for TESOL, and Dr. Nur Azalina Abdullah, who is the academic coordinator for TASL. I believe that the academic coordinators and the heads will arrange for a department briefing where the different programs will meet their advisors and discuss the study plan. Okay, next. Right. Apart from the important people that I've mentioned just now, I think it is most appropriate that you need to know some of the other people who are in charge of the centers and units under the Kulliyyah. You will be with us for 4 years. I think it is most appropriate for you to know who are who. We've got the director for Center for Teaching Thinking, who is Dr. Aisyah Hanim Abdul Karim. The head of research is Associate Prof. Dr. Madiha Khalid. This is a very important person, Associate Prof. Dr. Ismail Hassanin Ahmad. He is the head of internationalization and industrial linkages. Now, he is in charge of mobility program. As you know, we are encouraging our undergraduate students to be involved in the mobility program, especially now that we are going online. So grab the opportunity because you will have great exposure and experience learning in other universities as part of your undergraduate program. And also one of the most important people, Dr. Mohaida, she is the coordinator of teaching practice and practical unit, who you will be liaising when you are doing your practicum 1 and practicum 2 and internship and practicum for counselling students. Next is coordinator of Islamization of Human Knowledge at Kulliyyah of Education would be Dr. Tahrawi Ramdani. He is also a lecturer of Islamic education. We've got Dr. Wan Rusliwan Ahmad as the coordinator of ICT and Instructional Resources Unit. He is a member of Teaching of Arabic as a Second Language Unit. He is in charge of the resource center of the Kulliyyah of Education. So I'm not sure whether we are going to open in this semester, but soon, once we open, you can actually visit the resource center. You can actually make use of the facilities and the materials that are available in the resource center. We've got the coordinator of ICCE program, that is Dr. Suzana Suhailawati Muhammad Siddiq. And finally, the coordinator for the MED School Holiday program, that is Associate Prof. Dr. Siti Rafia Abdul Hamid. Next, please. Right. These are the staff under my office, Office of Academic International Linkages. I think you need to know them well. Brother Muhammad Azmi Ibrahim is the Assistant Director. Brother Muhammad Amir Izzat Umar is our Executive Officer. And of course, Sister Aisyah Marikun is the Senior Admin Assistant, come my PA. Now, regarding matters of registration, regarding matters of pre-reg, courses that are not available, any requests, issue of letter of certification, so on and so forth, you can get it from my office and you can meet these people. Okay, right. Next. Okay, we've got actually 4 departments, and the 4 departments are consisting of more than 1 unit. Okay, and so the departments are in charge of the programs under the respective unit. As you can see, we have 4 mainstream bachelor programs, which are TESOL and TASL under DLL, or Department of Language and Literacy. And we've got one counselling under Department of Education Psychology, and we've also got Islamic education under the CNI. We've got actually master's program under the 4 different departments. So those maybe after you have completed your degree, your bachelor degree, you want to proceed, you can actually look at the programs under these departments. Now let me remind you, in terms of physically, the departments are located at level 4. Okay, there are 2 offices of the department where they are sharing. Department of Language and Literacy is sharing the office with Education Psychology and Counselling, right? And Department of Social Foundations is actually sharing with Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Okay, so it's at the and they've got 2 wings. So 2 departments are taking the office of the different wing. Okay, so you need to know this also. Next. Right. Our Bachelor of Education program is actually a 4-year program. Okay, we are following closely the structure of the education program that is complying with the Ministry of Education, which is similar to also other universities that are offering the education degree program. And our program are basically TESOL, which is teaching English, TASL, teaching Arabic, guidance and counselling, also known as GUIDE, and ISET, or Islamic education. Please know your acronym well. Okay, next. I'm going to discuss with you about the curriculum structure. For this semester intake, you are following the new structure, right? The new structure includes 20 credit hours of the university required courses. The Kulliyyah required courses, there are 26 credit hour. Okay, your own program required courses range between 61 up to 73 according to the different programs. So you need to know which of the programs you belong to and what is the total credit hour for the specialization courses. And of course, we've got minor courses. Previously, our minor courses were actually 30 credit hours, but it has been reduced to 21 to 22, depending on the different types of minor. Okay, so please take a look closely at it. The reason it has been reduced is because the university wanted to promote flexible learning. So they are encouraging students to take free electives, right? Free electives ranging between 8 to 9 credit hour from other kuliah. Okay. At the moment, the structure is that the total hours does not include the free elective. So it is really up to the student if they want to take free elective or not. It will be a good experience, especially for you to expand, okay, your horizon and your knowledge, because this also will be good for your transcript and your CV, your resume. Is a plus actually to see that you are actually also well versed in other fields. So you can actually take the free elective that are listed under the other kuliah. But you need to inform the academic office what are the free electives that you wish to take so that we can put it in your study plan. Okay. But minor courses, it has been basically specified for the different programs as we are following the education program standard set by the Ministry of Education. Okay, next. Right. So this is the university required courses, or well better known as UNICOR. There are 4 UNGS courses that you have to take. And the courses listed under UNICOR are the Malay language courses for non-Malaysian. For the Malaysian students, your language courses are listed under the Kulliyyah required courses, which is actually also 2 credit hour. I would advise you to take the first 2 courses in the first semester. UNGS 1301 and UNGS 1201, especially sustainable development, because this is a 2 credit hour and it will help you a lot in terms of understanding your purpose as student in IIUM, because IIUM is now using the Sejahtera Academic Framework, and the new UNICOR is actually based on the Sejahtera Academic Framework. If you want to know what does that mean, so it is important that you take this course so that you understand what is your role and purpose as an IIM student. Okay, next. Right. These are also the language courses and tilawah that you have to take, right? Let me explain to you for tilawah and your Arabic. For those who have passed a certain point of the tilawah exam and also APT, you are exempted, but this will have to be certified by the examiner. Okay, so you have to check. If you pass your APT, you most probably do not have to take your LQAD and also your tilawah, but you have to be exempted in order for you to not take it. Okay. Okay, next. And of course, these are the non-credited or co-curricular course subjects that you have to take, which include family management, USROS, skill-based leadership. You've got 4 USROS, right? So these are also the university required that you have to take. I would advise you to take USRA according to the level. Don't take USRA 2 and then take USRA 1. Take it according to the level. Okay. Similar with the skill-based courses. Okay, next. Right. So this is the Kulliyyah required courses, which is actually 26 credit hour for the Malaysian students, 24 for the international students, because they do not have to take the Bahasa Melayu Kejaya. Okay. In your study plan, we have actually structured the Kulliyyah required courses. So you are to take it according to your level and semester. Okay, so please make sure that you know what are the courses that you have to take. If the class is full, if the section is closed, please inform the academic office regarding this so that we can arrange or we can take note of your situation, and so that we can in future open it and make sure that there's enough section for all of you. Okay. Next, please. Right. This is the total credit hours of the program, including the minor. It may range between plus minus 1 credit hour lah, depending on the minor that you are taking, because the minor differs, right? So for TESOL is about 128 credit hours. Counseling is 139 credit hours. TASL is 138 credit hours, and Islamic education has the most, which is 140. Okay. Next. Right. This is also important. I want to remind every student of education that you have to minor in education, because the requirement is that you minor in the subject of teaching in education. So for TESOL students, we have actually specified that you are to take minor in moral education and also minor in IT. Okay. For guide students, you are required to take minor in moral education because there are some subjects in oral education that is required by the lembaga. So this is the reason why we have specified moral education for guide students. Okay. For ISET students, you are to minor in TASL because there are also subjects in TASL that are required for ISET students, and vice versa. For TASL students, you are also to require minor in ISET. The other thing is that it is also for your own benefit, because most of the time when ISET students or TASL students are in schools, they will be required to teach the other subject, their minor. So at least you need to know your minor so that you'll be able to teach these subjects when you are posted or when you are placed in schools later on. So the declaration of minor actually requires the recommendation of your head of department. Okay, if you want to change or if you want to have a different minor, it requires the head of department approval. Okay, next. Thank you. So this is the process for declaring your minor. You have to declare your minor in the first semester of your first year. Remember, the first semester of first year. That means this semester you have to declare your minor. You fill up the form this semester. You get your recommendation from your head of department, approval from my office, and then you register for your minor courses in next semester, which is your semester 2. Okay, because if you don't do that, you will not be able to graduate on time. So make sure that you take the right amount of your courses. Okay, it's now between 7 to 8 courses. Okay, next. Right. So for this coming semester, which has started already, right? This semester, we are starting with RTL, or Remote Teaching and Learning. It's going to be a hybrid mode. We are aspiring for a hybrid mode, but it's conditional, where it will be a blend of face-to-face and online. Okay. But the face-to-face, if it can start anyway, it will start after it. So it depends on the situation, right? And it also depends on the courses. Most courses are already in progress in updating to us whether it's going to be fully online or hybrid mode. I will have to tell you that, for instance, for counseling, there's a requirement by the lembaga to have the class face-to-face. So the class face-to-face will be arranged by the academic coordinator and the head of department. Okay, but it will only start when the situation is safe. Okay, for your information, there will be no final exam this semester. All final exams will be replaced with final assessments. So this may include either online quizzes, tests, and projects. So your instructors will actually inform you of this. Okay, next. Now, the head of department and academic coordinator will conduct a briefing with each program. This is very important, and I do hope that this is settled by this week, because remember that the registration begins on the 1st until 5th of March. So there will be no adding courses after the 5th of March. Okay, you may only drop your courses starting 8 until 26 March if I'm not mistaken. So please bear in mind the important dates that you need to know. Okay, so I suggest you meet with your academic advisor. They will inform later when is the best time that you will have the briefing, discuss about the study plan, settle your registration by within this week. Okay, for your information, my office is actually located at level 2, right, near resource center. It's just above the clinic actually, right? And office of Dr. Faiza, student development, is actually located at level 4. Okay, so this also you need to know. Um, since we are now starting with RTL, and if you are not allowed to visit the Kulliyyah building or the offices, perhaps you need to also get the contact numbers and email addresses for the officers in charge so that you can communicate with us. Usually we have virtual counter. I will distribute the information through Betsa soon. Okay, next slide please. Right. So our advice is that make sure that you register your subjects according to the study plan in a timely manner every semester. Do your prereq well. This is very, very important. Okay. Because if you don't follow the study plan, most chances is that you may have problem registering in the next semester because of clashes. That's why you have to consult your advisor and also the academic office. Make sure that you know your head department well, your academic coordinator, and make sure that you actually build a good rapport with your head and academic coordinator, because this will be the person to help you in any matters. Academic office just facilitate. Your program is under their purview. Okay. Submit your assignment timely, attend your classes regularly, whether it's face-to-face or online, whether it's live session or it's asynchronous. You need to attend your classes regularly because we are going to enforce the barring policy this semester. If you have any problem with connectivity or other issues, please inform your course instructor. Okay. Observe adab and etiquette, especially when you are interacting with your instructors and your peers. Participate actively in student activities and academic programs because they will be good for your resume. Be responsible. We hope you stay healthy physically and emotionally. Stay safe, especially. We do not tolerate plagiarism and cheating. We expect you to obey the IIM rules and regulations. You have the handbook. Please refer to it and learn it by heart. And most importantly, please be beneficial to the Ummah because you are going to be future murabbis. I'm not saying educators, I'm saying murabbis. So the responsibility is quite daunting actually. So you have to live up to the expectation of the Kulliyyah of education. Okay. Next. I think that's the last slide. Again, I welcome to co-ed and we all make dua that Allah will make it easier for you and may Allah bless your journey with us. With that, thank you, brother. We're going to have question now or later?
Later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Saila Hussein, our Deputy Dean of Academic and Industrial Linkages, Kulliyyah of Education, for her speech on the brief speech or brief explanation about the academic affairs in the Kulliyyah. So I hope that all of you will take note on who you have to refer for if you have any questions or any concerns regarding the academic matters. All right. So without wasting any time, next, let us listen to a few words from our Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement, Kulliyyah of Education, Associate Professor Dr. Faiza Idrus, with her speech on the student affairs. So please welcome.
Deputy Dean of Academic Affairs, and if there are any other colleagues here, and most importantly, my beloved students. Um, First of all, I would like to bid you welcome, although probably this is your maybe some of you your second week already. And for those who for change of programs, probably this will be your first week. Yeah. So I would like to continue what Dr. Sohaila has mentioned just now, but in the angle will be on your development as a student, your development, and how you can contribute to the Kulliyyah, to the university, to the society and Ummah. So there are, although we are in pandemic, we are going to still go on with students' activities, right? And can I have the next slide, please? Okay, so in my office, there are only two, myself, and this is very important, Sister Norhanun Muhammad. So she is, students call her Kak Hanun, right? So she will be dealing with a lot of students' grievances, students' questions and answers and whatnot. So she is the person that you want to speak to. Okay, and of course, I will be in the office, like what Dr. Sahila said. The Office of Student Development and Community Engagement is on level 4. But if you are not able to come to the university yet, no problem. You can take a virtual tour of the Kulliyyah. There will be a virtual tour of the Kulliyyah, and the office is just on level 4, and we are open during the office hours. And sometimes Kak Hanun will work until late in the evening, just because there will be a lot of questions, a lot of things to deal with. Okay, and please, 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 if don't give her much more headaches than the headache that she has now, right? Okay, so two people in my office, myself and Sister Hanun. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so what are the roles of my office? Okay, so now you can see that we are using a lot of acronyms. CAPSA, BETSA, this, that. In time to come, you will get used to all these different acronyms. And if you go beyond the Kulliyyah, there will be more acronyms and you will be more confused. Okay, so now let us look at some acronyms at the Kulliyyah, and at the beginning, maybe you will be confused. That's okay, and that's normal. Okay, so we have CAPSA, is the Kulliyyah Postgraduate Society Student Association. So if your brothers and sisters are here, they are doing postgraduate, masters, or PhD, they will belong to the Postgraduate Student Association. All right. And my office also deal with students' activities of the postgraduate, but most importantly, you are all a BETSA member. Okay, so when you are enrolled in Kulliyyah of Education undergraduate studies, automatically you are a member of BETSA, Bachelor of Education Students Association. So this is the main association, because this BETSA, I think BETSA has a session with you already. So probably you know the nature of BETSA, what they do, what are the activities they normally hold, and what are the things that besides your own society later on, BETSA is the main association which everybody is a member. Okay. So, and also, my office will monitor students' fulfillment. First of all, you have to fill your, of course, fulfill your academic endeavor. So whether you, okay, so your achievement at the end of the semester. So I will call, so this is one of my duty, to call students who are underperforming, which means students at a certain CGPA will be called, and I will probably want to know more why that has happened, and what the person or you can do next. All right. This is no way of like reprimanding this. We know that things happen. All right. But if you keep on repeating to see me every semester because of your underperformance, then something must be done. All right. So that is monitored, and of course activities. So although we are doing online or probably hybrid, please ensure that you are active and you participate in activities that will be conducted by BETSA, or whether you are in your TESL student societies, or TASL, TASL is SIAT, Council for Young Arabic Teachers, and I'm sure that you know this by now. And why do I say this? Because, okay, so this is my experience of looking for best student, looking for, award winners. All right. So sometimes you perform very well in academic, and some other person might be just less marks than you are. Okay. So let's say you get 3.9 or 4 flat. Let's say you get a 4 flat, right? And there is another 2 people who get 3.92. Another one is 3.9. Okay. So academically, you are a 4 flatter, you are top, right? But then we cannot decide that you will get this award because you are 4 flatter. We will look through what you have done over the years, over 4 years that you are here. What have you done? What are the activities that you have joined? Are you a member? Are you a a board member, active member? How have you contributed? Are you active in sports? Are you active in what? So we will look at all these different criteria before we decide on a winner. So that is very important. Well, you say, okay, I don't want to be a winner. No. We have to set this mind that I am here now at the Kulliyyah of Education, and I want to be a winner, and I want to be an award winner. I want to get that award. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. But of course, when you have this focus, don't forget about your surrounding, about your other friends, about your lecturers, about the people who support you at the Kulliyyah, at the university. We have to be an all-rounder. So that is the first criteria when we look for an award winner. Does this person deserve to be given this award? All right. And also, at the end of your 4th year, for example, when you are almost graduating, then you want to start looking for things, you want to look ahead of you. What do I do next? And then students keep coming back and say, can you be my referee? Can I get a letter of, reference and all that? When students come back and ask me or ask any of the lecturers for that, we want to see whether you have contributed to the Kulliyyah. How have you contributed to the Kulliyyah? In what way? Okay, have you been like volunteering for some events? Have you been giving like have you been mentoring new students, for example? If you are already in your 3rd or 4th year, what have you done? What have you contributed? So that is important. And some students, when I ask them what are the activities that you have had or you have joined? Nothing, zero, very little. And how do you think that your lecturers or the academics will help you in that when you are not helping yourself now? So since you are a new student, I would like to urge you to be more active. All right, because when you go out to become a teacher, when you go out to school, they will tell the school will ask you, okay, what can you do? Even sometimes they don't ask you, can you conduct a theater for our students? Can you take the responsibility, or can you head the hockey team? Something like that. So if you don't know anything about sports, if you don't know anything about organization of how to come out with a theater, then uh, the school will question what is with these Kulliyyah of education students. They don't know anything, so we do not want that. But so far, alhamdulillah, so far students who have gone to school and the school have always given us very, very good feedback, saying that Kulliyyah of education students are very good, they are active, they know what to do, they know English, they know Arabic, they can recite the Quran well, and so on and so forth. So we've got all this, a lot of favorable reports and feedback from school. Okay, so I hope that we will get that too when you are there. All right. Okay, so right. So next slide, please. Okay, so monitor, supervise, advise on students' affairs, programs, discipline, grievances, financial assistance, welfare, and counseling. Okay, so these are some of the things that the office deal with. Okay, so now I just want to reiterate what we have said earlier on. If you are having difficulty, or if you have any friend in the Kulliyyah and you know them, if they are having difficulty in getting, they cannot, the Wi-Fi is not good, internet connection is so bad, we have this Kulliyyah, not Kulliyyah of education, the university has this program to help students. Okay, so if you know, or if you are the person who is dealing with this problem, this challenge of very, very, very bad connectivity, please get in touch with Kak Hanun, because we can get you data for free. Okay, data for free. So those who think that the connection is very bad, and you are when you want to follow your Kulliyyah is lessons is very troublesome, I want you to get in touch with Kak Hanun. Okay, Betsa, our members will give you her email, not her phone number, but her email. All right, don't bother her with phone calls in the middle of the night. She has a life too. All right, and then any students who are B40 and you are not able to have like a laptop or a desktop, I think most probably a laptop. If you are from this group, please also get in touch with Kak Hanun so that we can channel you to the right to the right department, so that inshallah you will be given a laptop for free. Okay, so but of course there will be a lot of criteria and requirements. It's not that easy to get a free laptop, but if we feel that you are a deserving student, inshallah the university can help you in that. All right. Okay, so grievances, if you have any problem. Okay, I don't want to talk about discipline, because when you are here, you have made a pledge. Okay, you have made a pledge saying that you are willing to come to Kulliyyah of education and inshallah become a teacher and follow the guidelines and rules that have been stipulated. So there is no that's the question, why do you need to not be disciplined? All right, because you are going to be role models later on. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. The role of B.Ed students. So you are Bachelor of Education, whatever program that you are taking. All students should know their respective departments, heads of department, and study plan. This one has been briefed by Dr. Suhaila just now. Always consult the department or academic office for any academic advice. Academic advice to academic office. Other than academic will be my office. Okay, next, please. Respect your lecturers and be courteous and ethical when dealing with them. Okay, so now, sometimes, now we are online, okay, online, and later on, inshallah, if things get better, you are going to come back to the university, to campus. Okay, so always maintain your adab. Okay, so know who is who. That's why you need to go to the website, our Kulliyyah of Education website, and you identify who is who. I think Betsa should do a like a quiz, you know, like a winner, monthly winner, who is who, and you know, all kinds of activities, so that the new students know these people. So Betsa, please take note, if you want to have extra activities for the new student. All right. So we actually not know them by face value. We know who they are, which department they belong to. And of course, most importantly, you have to know the support staff at the various departments. Who are they? What do they do? Who do they help? What are their job scope? Probably you need to know that as well, because you don't just ram into an office and say that I want to this, I want that. So there is no other. Okay. So if you are on campus, if you are having classes online, please ensure if the lecturer wants you to turn on your camera, by all means, please turn it on. If you are not able to do that because of connectivity, please tell your lecturer, excuse yourself, I can't turn on my camera because it will disrupt my connectivity. You know, just in a way that you have the adab. And of course, especially when you are on campus, when you see anybody anywhere, say salam, smile, why not, right? So those are sadaqah. Okay, come to class regularly, do not miss any classes. Okay, you are not supposed to be absent more than 20%, meaning, come on, and you will all say, okay, I still have 20% to not come to class. So don't have that kind of attitude, right? Okay, you have been saying, you say that I have been attending my classes from day one until mid semester, and I think I want to just not do anything today. I just want to miss my class. So if don't do that, all right, unless, because you never know what's going on after, you know, after that. Okay, so if you feel that you are not up to attending class, ask yourself again, why do I feel like this? Why am I feeling so like restless, or why am I feeling so sluggish and all that and all that? Okay, so ask yourself, and probably that's why Betsa, you always have to come up with activities that will motivate not only new students, the existing students, so that everybody will benefit from those activities. So some students, they just don't care. So we don't want this. I want you to care, because when you care, people will care about you. All right. Okay. Next, please. Prepare yourself well for coursework, presentations, and assignments. Of course, when you are given group work, please contribute. When you are given pair work, please be on time. So all these things happen. And of course, when your partner or your group members do not turn up or do not contribute, don't come and see me. My office do not, well, we don't, not that I don't entertain, but those are little matters, small matters that you have to deal as a person, as a person who is 20 years and above. Are you 20 years and above? Yes. you can manage those little problems, challenges. So if your friend of your group members do not appear on time, just you know, you have all the means of contacting those people. Don't come and ask me or come to my office and saying that, oh, my friend did not turn up for group discussion. Come on, okay? So ensure that you achieve above the minimum grades in your academics, please, all the time. Okay, that's why you have to, because we don't have final exam. So that is good, isn't it? Huh? Do you think that is good? Of course, because I know exams will give more stress to students. Now you don't have any exam, but you have other assessment like project work, you have the midterm exam, quiz and all that. So please ensure that you do well in that. Be active in co-curricular activities. Like I said just now, don't come after your final fourth year and saying that I need a reference and you have not attended or you have not joined any of the co-curricular activities. Okay, next please. Students are required to adhere to the university's rule and regulation, policies and procedures. So you know that you have the handbook and also you have been briefed by BETSA. So I don't have to add. So you know this. Students are required to comply to the dress code, even you are having online classes, people. Please dress decently, especially, I don't want to say, I'm not gender biased, huh? Please, both male and female, dress decently. If you have class 8:30 in the morning, please ensure that you are there before time. Sometimes when the lecturer asks you to turn on the camera, you say, wait, madam, I need to go to and wash my face. So what does that mean? Because you just woke up, or maybe you are still in bed and just turning on your laptop and turning off the camera. So while you're still sleeping, you're lying. So that is not, come on. Teachers to be, you are going to be teachers. You do not want your students to do like that. So do something you want people to do onto you. Okay, so avoid those haphazard way of living. Try. I know you are young, you have lots of things to do, lots of online games, lots of social media, but your focus will be your studies first. Okay, next please. Students shall not plagiarize. Okay, this one has been mentioned by Dr. Suhaila. Plagiarism is a serious offense in academia. All right. So your lecturers will know whether you plagiarize or not, because we have the software to identify whether it's a plagiarized work. Right. Students shall not attempt to cheat because we don't have any examination. Even in your project work, do not cut and paste. We know because we are going to put it in the Turnitin software. Students should be aware of announcements, news, developments around that. Okay, so especially so when we are having our online teaching and learning and online activities, please ensure that you are always in the loop. What I mean in the loop is you know what's happening around. Not being busybody, wanting to know what you are not supposed to know, but what you have to know what is current, what are the announcements as of today, what should I do, will I have, for example, pre-registration, yeah, or we call it pre-reg. When do I pre-reg my subject? So all this very important to you as new students, because you need to know the culture of the university. Okay, the culture, how people work here when we do what we are supposed to do, and that is where BETSA and other your other societies will play a big role, because they will always put announcement on social media, Twitter, and we have Cikgu TV as well. Okay, and all the student bodies have their own social media, so follow one of them if not all. Okay, next one. Next, please. Student mobility. Yes, mobility. Just now, as while as mentioned, although you cannot go to other countries right now because of the pandemic, you can always apply for a mobility program if you are in second year first semester. Most preferably, okay, second year first sem, second year second. Okay, so those are the best time to do a mobility program. Okay, so every now and again there will be announcements, so make sure that you follow all these new announcements about mobility, whether you are eligible to apply for a mobility program. Okay, next please. Okay, so one of the mobility program is Mevlana, that is the Turkish grant where they fully funded you to go to Turkey. Then we have Nusantara outbound program. Yeah, normally this one is for ISET student. Okay, Islamic education. They some of the students have gone to universities in Yogyakarta or Jakarta, or in exchange. Okay, so we have the international office at Kulliyyah of Education, and the head of internationalization is Associate Professor Dr. Ismail Hassanin. So if you are interested, probably you can get his email and find out more. But anyway, every now and again, we are going to post all these new announcements. Okay? All right, next, please. Mentoring program observation and students' results after board of examiner meeting. Students who have academic or academic with attitudinal problem will be called by me. You don't want to see me because of this, but you want to see me because of other things. Yeah. Mentor will be assigned if needed. Okay. Right. Next, please. Compoundable. Okay, so if you are on campus, let's say you are going to come back and things have improved. Okay, so you have your metric card already, haven't you? If you haven't got one, this is the time. I don't know whether you are how you're going to do your metric card. Probably you are given the procedure of how to maybe you have, I think, your metric card. So when you are on campus, always have your metric card displayed. Okay, so use that metric card holder to display. So we know that you are a student. Okay, dress code, cikgu. You are going to be cikgu. For the guys, male, no long hair. I know you are staying at home and you think that this is the time that I will keep my hair long. Up to you, that's at home, but on campus you are not allowed to have long hair. So, and you will tell me, but I see that Kaed student Kulliyyah of Architecture, there are students with long hair. I don't care about Kaed students. Well, I care because they are IIUM students, but you are going to be teachers. Have you? We are not teachers in the States. We are not teachers in the United Kingdom, where teachers there they are free. But we have our own adab. Yeah, we go to school, dress nicely, very neatly. Okay. No smoking on campus. This one goes without saying. No smoking. Full stop. Not only on campus. Okay. So if you are back home pula, if you are back on campus, you cannot come back late. There are certain time that you have to abide by. Cleanliness within the campus. Don't make noise. Do not sleep with you don't go and you have your own room. Sleep at your own room. Okay. Do not squat and avoid graffiti. If you are very artistic, we have our walls in Kulliyyah of Education. If you want to contribute, that's the best way that you can contribute. And you tell me that you are good at arts, that we will give you a wall for you to do your graffiti or for any artwork. Just let me know, okay? So I can get permission from the Kulliyyah so that we can display your creativity. Okay. Okay. Next, please. Consequence of failure to pay fine. Okay, so let's say for first year students, first, second, third year students, if you're on campus, you are not allowed to bring your car in. All right, you know that, right? So we only allow the final year students who are going to for practicum to let's say you have a car and you need to have the apply for car sticker. If you don't do that, you will be compounded. If you don't pay your fine, you won't get your result. Even if you have a motorbike and you put your motorbike anywhere you like, right? And then you will be compounded. You don't pay the fine. Next semester, you won't be able to register. So be careful. If you want to bring a motorbike on campus, please ensure you apply for the sticker. And of course, if you don't clear all those fines and all that, you will be refused graduation. Meaning there's no clearance. Any other measure the university deems fit. Okay, next, please. Dress code, you know, in your handbook, you please go through the handbook. And Kulliyyah of Education, please avoid wearing jeans to, you want to go to the KL East, you can, if you want to wear jeans, but not to Kulliyyah, right? So please ensure that you abide by the rules and regulation of the dress code. Okay, next, please. Don't wear slippers. I sometimes I see students coming to class wearing slippers. Apa cikgu ni? Wearing slippers to class, that's not good at all. Unless you have, some injury that you cannot wear, shoes, then we know, right? And don't smoke on campus. I have mentioned this just now. Next, please. Obstructive parking, there are designated parking space for students, for motorbikes, for bicycles, for cars. Please abide by all these rules. Next, please. Okay, so our security guard on inaction. Okay. All right, next, please. Cleanliness, please. If you are not a person who is neat, but please ensure that everything, once a week, go wash your clothes, because we have the the laundry in and outside. So please come to class decently, the decently ordered. You know what that means? It means that you don't smell. Okay, especially when it is very hot like this. Please ensure that you don't smell and make your other friends feel very uncomfortable. Okay, next, please. Not everyone is lucky to be here, so make use of the opportunity wisely. All right. It's not easy to get into Kulliyyah of Education. I'm telling you, this is serious. All right. So many students wanting to come to Kulliyyah of Education, but were not able to do that because of various reasons. And now you are here. Make yourself, you will make yourself comfortable, but make yourself useful to the to your family, useful to the Kulliyyah, useful to the university, to the Ummah, and to the Ummah. All right. So I think with that, if you have any question, you can direct it to the email given afterwards. And with that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Faizah Idrus, our Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement of the Kulliyyah of Education IUM, for the speech on the student affairs and I hope that what have been mentioned and what have been delivered by Associate Professor Doctor um, will be taken by us with by heart, and we will apply and comply with the what have been advised by our deputy dean. All right. So next we will proceed with the Q&A session. All right. So for your information, Associate Professor Tun Hussein and Associate Professor Dr. Faiza, we have a few questions here in the comment section. So I will read them for you. Maybe you can answer it for them. All right. So I think this question is directed to Dr. Suhaila. Question from Mir Muhammad Ihsan and Faizal Izham Muhammad. And they say, Assalamualaikum, Doctor. What if for the new students that haven't sit for the APT and APT yet, since the registration cost due date will be on the 5th of March? So how they can settle with it, Dr. Suhaila?
Okay, brother May Muhammad Ihsan. For the students who are going to take the APT, after they have received the results, the office will register for them.
So they will be automatically reset.
Yeah, we will have to register. We will come to the office. It's okay because they will come to the office and we will facilitate the registration. Okay.
So maybe if they pass the EPT, they have to email something.
They have to inform us, and then the academic office will do it.
Alright. Okay. So the next question, I think for the Tusaila too. They ask from Kun Hakim and also from Halu Uli. I think so. The name. They say that is it possible to transfer credit from diploma before, and how to know that their transfer the credit have been the application of transfer credit is successful or not?
Okay. Okay. They can do the application of transfer credit. They just have to fill up the form from Ahmad. At Ahmad will pass it to us, and the department will evaluate, and we will inform Ahmad, and Ahmad will inform the results to the students. There's a procedure for that.
All right. So the next question from Brother Haspul Hadi Mazlan. He said, he asked, is it for the student that have not sit for activity test, we should not have to do anything, right? So can you explain what shall we do after sitting for the test in 5th March?
Yeah,
Here's when
this is for the direct intake students, right? Those who are going to sit for their EPT and APT on the 5th. You do not need to do anything. You just sit for your APT. Once the results come out, then you will have to inform the academic office, and we will do the registration because these are considered as latecomers. So we will alert the instructors that they will be coming in a bit late in the classes. So not to worry.
okay. All right. So question from Sister Nurul Anis. She asked, for COP student, do we necessarily have to retake the generic courses such as Tilawah and LQ, even though they have passed all the level required before?
No, you don't have to force it. What we usually do is we do the transfer credit for them. But what you can do is also to make sure that you are already exempted from the Unicor because you are coming in this semester, so the new students are going to use or to take the new Unicor. But because you have already taken some of the Unicor, right? In the previous semester, so we are going to make sure that these are transferred for you, and it's considered as equivalent. Okay.
Alright. I think that is all. for right now. And let me check first. Maybe another question that I have mislook. All right, I think that is all the questions from our students for today. Thank you, Dr. Saila, for answering the question. I hope that all of you have been clear about what you have to do if you are the latecomers and didn't taken yet the APT or APT, and also from the COP students. All right. Right. With that, the end of the question and answer session. That marks the end of our session for today. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to our Honorable Dean, Professor Dr. Ainul Mazia, Associate Professor Dr. Suhaila Hussein, and also Associate Professor Dr. Faizal Idrus for your willingness to attend this event despite their hectic schedule, and we really appreciate your presence today. And we also like to thank everyone involved for making this event a success, and would like to apologize for any shortcomings. All right, so there is nothing more. We will end now our session with the recitation of Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul Nas. Thank you for everyone. We'll see you virtually and also in campus, inshallah. Take care and stay safe.